think knowing photography definitely helps you, you know, learn how to do videography more.
Yeah.
So like, when did you first get your camera?
I got my very first camera was the M50.
M50, yeah.
That was a great camera.
Whenever we met, I think that's what you had.
Yeah.
At Best Buy.
I think I got that 2 years ago. And then when I was out last summer, I was out of work for like 3 months because of the COVID.
Oh wow, right.
And I didn't have a job. Well, I was working with my dad a little bit. So I got unemployment, and I was getting money off unemployment. And I saved up and I got the R5.
Yeah,
and that was like,
I saw that and I was like, wow, that's a big jump.
That's a big jump, and I was like, man, you know, if I'm gonna, you know, I love photography and I'm gonna put everything towards it, and you know, that's gonna last me forever. You know.
Oh yeah, man. I had the 5D originally, and I used that camera like a workhorse for about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Investing in good equipment is worth it. That M50 would have outgrown so quick.
Yeah, it's a beast, man. And then I gave the M50 to my mom because she wanted to learn some photography too. So
right,
so it worked out great. Yeah, and then I've had the camera on 5 since. It's gonna be a year this summer, so yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Yeah. So you got it whenever it first came out?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Same.
And then I saved up for I got the 7200 2.8.
That's a beautiful lens. I wish I had the RF one because I have the bigger one.
Yeah.
That one's so much more compact.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
Yeah, and plus, like, you don't have to use the mount, you know, and but I have.
True. I use the adapter on mine.
Yeah, and I have to use the adapter. I have an EF 35mm.
Okay.
Which works great, 1.4, and
this is 50.14.
Nice. Yeah, that's like perfect for, you know, like I was doing some videography and and some street photography too. So it's pretty cool.
So what would you say is your favorite type of photography?
Probably, definitely street photography because I love. I love whenever I travel. You know, I go to the cities, the streets, the buildings. I love street photography, or I love portraits too. I love people. I have a couple of people that have been asking me to do portraits for them, and I do them, and I charge them. And, they love it, and I love doing headshots, body shots. So
right.
That's fun too.
Have you thought about combining those? Shooting strangers on the street?
I did. I got my friend. We went to Charleston, and we were doing some street photography with her and stuff.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm like soon. I have I think I'm having a wedding.
Okay.
I'm gonna get hired.
First wedding?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
it's exciting.
My friend, she owns like a wedding company, and she wants me to be one of the photographers. So.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm up for anything.
Of course,
I love everything.
That's how you should be.
Yeah.
I would say at the beginning, being more versatile is going to help you more than anything.
Yeah.
Gathering skills.
So you never know what. Oh, sorry. You never know what you're gonna like until you do it.
Exactly, that too, and you can find your strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
That's the best thing. And it's funny how different categories correlate to others. Yeah. I would say later down the line, then you can start think about what your main focus is. Right. Like personally, what I would say I do is commercial video. Like that is specifically what I only show I do. And that's all I really care to do. It's not meaning that's the only thing I do.
Yeah.
I do all types of stuff. I do stuff for myself, and you know, I do portraits and you know, the occasional street photography and stuff like that. And you know, I find passion in all of it. But what I found I can do as work, because you do have to see it as work, is you know, commercial videography. I think that's where you know, my strongest suit is, and I know I won't get burnt out and at the same time feel like I am killing my creativity and being forced to only do that kind of work, because with me specializing in just video, it gives me the freedom to, you know, take photos for myself, and it doesn't feel like anyone's trying to direct that, and that's what I like about it. Although for a lot of clients, I do always throw in photography as well. Yeah. I mean, you can do the same thing. do photography, and then say like I do video as well, and then that's a great way for you to, you know, kind of get some bundle deals, because people love a good deal. But I found whenever I went full time into this, the biggest struggle was now knowing you're, you know, doing this for someone else. You know, it's no longer like just the beginning. Like, you do have moments. Like yesterday I went out at like 6 a.m. and I shot for like 2-3 hours just for myself. So you do have flexibility and stuff for that. But a lot of edits definitely get put on the back burner for your own stuff. So it's just something you gotta think about. But it's amazing, like, whenever you really go into it.
Sure. I would actually have an interview. I was going to work for Sloan Realty. Real estate. And
they had a real estate photographer open.
Yeah, they had photography and videography open, and so I went for the interview. They liked me, and then I was going to go for the second interview. And
you mind if I get a picture of you real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this right. I just think for the video it'd be good to get some pictures as well.
Yeah. I like the filter, man. I have to get a filter.
Thank you. It's only because it's the 51.4.
Yeah.
I don't think this lens looks that sharp, unfortunately, compared to like L series lenses, but it worked. That's for what I got.
And they wanted me to do some filmmaking, and I was like, I don't know anything about filmmaking. So I was like, okay, well, I researched, and I got some stuff for some filmmaking, and me and my friend would love to do videos, and we started doing that. And
I saw that.
Yeah, and
so you know Isaac?
Yeah.
I went to school with Isaac.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we actually did a video project together too. I mean, it was for school, but I just thought that was funny whenever I saw him in one of your videos. I'm like, no way. I was like, is that Isaac?
So I love doing those videos, and eventually I got a gimbal, and that saved my life. It's freaking crazy.
It does help. It does help.
Yeah.
The gimbals are very fun. Which gimbal do you have?
I have the Ronin SC2.
SC2, okay. Yeah, the newer DJI is just like, it's butter.
Yeah, and that just helps a lot. And yeah, I've been using that, and I love to, after that, go put on the computer, edit, and see how it looks. We love just doing different scenarios, acting a little bit, and getting different angles and stuff. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Not gonna lie. It's hilarious because the last video I did took 2 hours for a 3-minute video.
That's how it goes, man. I love the ratio.
It's crazy.
Same for photos. I don't know about you, but I'll shoot 300-400 videos, and by the end of it, I'm only at maybe 15 ones that I love. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, but it's awesome, man. I love it. But yeah, and then they didn't. I emailed the real estate company back, never emailed me back, so I'm kind of not well, I had the second interview, but the photographer came back because he needed more money to buy a house. He's like, I'll call you whenever he leaves for the second interview, and that was supposed to be last month.
Dang, you got robbed.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna rely on that. I'm trying to look for other places.
Yes.
So
having all your eggs in one basket is the worst thing you can possibly do.
Right.
You should always have eggs in many different baskets, because many will crack.
Yeah, for sure.
Many will crack. That's what my mom told me, and that has stuck with me more than anything.
Nice.
You should never have, I remember a few times where I was just like, wow, I've got 2 clients, they want to do monthly stuff, I'm gonna really make it, I'm set. And then one falls through and you're like, well, at least I got one more, and I'm not even searching for another. And then that other one falls through too, and then you're just left in the water floating.
Yeah.
So definitely be constantly reaching out.
Yeah.
These clients are relationships. You got to see them as friends. You're constantly You know, like, you're not going to say like, hey, let's hang out, but, you know, like, hey, like, how's everything going? How'd the last video do? How'd the last photo set do? Like, you know, do you have enough photos for the rest of this month to post on social media? Stuff like that. You got to really
be on top of it.
Be on top of it. Yeah. For sure. You're basically calling them like they're a friend. Yeah. And I would really recommend you call sooner than later. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking at first. I tell you that. But it really gets easier. Like, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And what I've told a few people is just, I recommend you calling and trying to sell to companies you don't really care to have as clients, but it'd be cool to have. Yeah. Because then if you lose them, what does it matter?
Right.
And then you'll gain the confidence, and of course, the like process, or like what you want to say by the time you get to those bigger clients. And then usually it just kind of goes in well. I don't go in with a script, but you know, it's always good to come in with like at least some pinpoints, some bullet points. I would also recommend whenever you're on the phone to always take notes.
Okay.
Like, that is essential. If you can call them back, or they call you back in a week, and you can pull back up your notes, they don't know, they can't see it, and you can recite everything.
Yeah.
One, they know you're listening, but two, they know you're going to be a reliable, like, you know, collaborator, which is what these people really want at the end of the day.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can see because my dad does that. We have our own little business, and
I saw he does some.
We do like junk removal stuff. And,
okay.
Anybody who needs furniture out or something, they call us, and so whenever a client calls us, he's like writing stuff down. What's your name, where you live, what do you want, what do you need done, and
of course,
some stuff like that. So he'll have a full page of who they are, and so he can go back to that, and
exactly.
He knows what to say, stuff. So and then
he's been doing it a while, I'm sure.
Yeah. No. So I mean, I kind of know what you're saying. So it's good.
Yeah, it's great that you have an entrepreneur in the family.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to have one as well, and I think that plays a big influence on not only life in general, but just your way of thinking.
Right.
Like, I think having them as, what's the word, like a role model, kind of, you can learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say the more you can be in the like student's mindset, like the greater you'll be overall.
Yeah.
Just always see a learning possibility. Because at the end of the day, you may have heard like the client is always right. That is true, but to an extent. You definitely have to know when to stand your ground, but a lot of times you will be, compromising a little bit, because at the end of the day, they are the one with the money, and they make the moves.
Yeah, for sure.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have any authority, because you do. You have way more authority. You can't come off that way. You have to be very open-minded to their ideas as well. I know whenever I first started, I wasn't doing video, I wasn't doing photo. You know what I was doing?
What?
Design. I was making logos and brochures and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I definitely, I went the wrong approach. I would call these businesses and I would say like, hey, like your logo sucks. Not really.
Right.
I'm just kind of making that up, but I wouldn't really have any type of open mind. There's a reason they've done stuff in the past. Maybe it was a cheaper move for them, but some of those things might have sentimental value to them. So the more questions you ask, the better it'll be.
Yeah.
Because you want to understand it as much as they do, because speaking their language is essential.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know this is like such a high school question, but What would you say your like 5-year goal is?
Probably to be somewhere in the film industry or somewhere in the photography industry or something that's towards that path. Working for somebody or working for myself, or just trying to do what I love, photography or film, and travel too. That's
definitely a cool part about it. I haven't done too much traveling yet.
Okay.
But you do get those opportunities where you're like, this is really cool.
Right.
Like I've mostly traveled to like Charleston.
Yeah.
Nearby places, some places in North Carolina. Nothing super far, but I can tell it's expanding.
Yeah.
Travel is definitely a benefit. It's just part of the gig,
Yeah. It's I have a friend. Him and his wife. It's like the best duo. Like he's the photographer, and she markets his photography.
Yeah, that is great.
So then they just travel around the world, and she markets all of his stuff for him, and he get.
That's
it's
great.
insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like, that's the best thing.
It's good to have a support system.
Yeah.
So, do you see yourself going more of a team route or like a one-man band?
Right now, I love to do, teaming up, learn as much as I can, and,
of course.
And probably eventually, work by myself or solo, or maybe have my own little business.
Okay.
Just enough to, to get clients and to travel and just to meet new people and. But yeah, man.
Who are some people you look up to?
Probably. It's crazy because everybody asks me like, "Who's your favorite photographer?" Or I don't have. It's crazy. I don't have one. It's
no,
like,
I get that. I get that 100%.
It's I don't really. I try not to look at a lot of other people. I'm just trying to focus myself, trying to do what I want to do.
Know yourself.
Yeah, and so who I look up to, probably definitely my dad. For sure. But
of course
he's not a photographer.
Direct.
But definitely my dad.
Yeah, they don't have to be a photographer.
Yeah.
It's a pretty broad question.
But it's just, I don't know, filmmaking. Of course, I love Quentin Tarantino. It's a really great director. And,
dialogue is amazing in his work. He's an amazing writer.
Yeah, that's great.
Each director has like a different way of thinking.
Right.
Some are more writing based, some are more cinematography based. Some are very technical.
Yeah. I forgot who's this guy's name, but I don't know if you saw the new Blade Runner.
The
cinematographer for the
that
Blade
was
I was like, that's crazy.
That was Roger Deakins.
Okay, that guy is insane. Like,
yes, yes, he is very good.
His cinematography, that's like one of my favorite. I watched it twice in theater because the cinematography is just great.
It really is. The colors. I personally have not seen the movie. I will say that, but I've seen very good parts of it showing the cinematography. I watch.
It's just so dramatic and
so much about it.
It's just insane. So yeah, him is just, I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely an influence of mine as well. I love his work.
Yeah.
I just watched, it was 1917.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
That was a great movie. It's just
one take.
The one take, it's insane. I saw some videos how they did it and and how they got the one shot without cutting and
exactly
how the people moved in the shot, which is cool.
Yeah, imagine how many takes that took.
Man, yeah. And it's cool because everybody was not really famous actors, they were
they weren't.
So
it was a little more subtle. They probably saved most of the money on the budget for making it.
Yeah.
Because these actors and actresses can get very pricey.
Yeah.
Very pricey.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I've hired a few different people as actors. You try to get them as affordable as you can, but you don't want to go too cheap.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to go too cheap because then it just looks corny.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's good to get someone who's well-rounded. I usually try to get a model who can also act a little bit. That helps. But, reach out to friends and stuff too. It depends on the, the budget of the project. A lot of times I'll even seek out friends because, you help them out, they'll help you out, and they just love the experience overall. It's really fun.
Nice. Cool, man. Yeah. But yeah.
So that's your goal. I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm gonna stick with it too, because I just love photography. I'll try to do my best, because it is a hard field. Like my sister.
It's a challenging field.
Yeah.
Gotta change that verbiage a little bit.
Challenging, yeah.
Yes.
Says my sister went to college for photography. She tried everything she can.
Oh wow.
She didn't
went that route.
Yeah, she didn't really make it, so she went back to school she's a nurse now. But
okay.
But yeah, it's a challenging field, and I was like, I'm up for the challenge because I have the passion for it. So.
Yeah, it takes grit and consistency, and you're definitely consistent. You're more consistent with social media than I am. Like I said, I put a lot of my stuff on the back burner because I gotta put clients first.
Right.
Like I have tons of stuff I want to edit for myself. I'm getting to it. I definitely do in between times.
Yeah.
And I love it. I really love it, especially taking stuff for yourself. I mean, I think that's the ultimate goal for everyone is to, have no clients. You get to make your stories. I think that's why I look up to a lot of YouTubers and stuff because, they're having companies. I mean, you still have clients, but it's kind of different. There's a certain level of trust because they know it's also got to match your specific style. I wish I started YouTube sooner. That's one thing
Me too. Yeah.
I wish I could have done, but I started, and I mean, it's not super successful, but I love doing it, and that's something I can just keep fueling. Right. And maybe one day it'll go off, maybe one day it won't, but I just know at the end of the day, whenever I'm older, I'm gonna love looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
Hearing the stories progress.
Yeah, for me, like I constantly want to create stuff, because if whenever you stop, nothing's gonna happen.
Oh,
so you
of
have
course.
to constantly create and design and stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Like next year, I'm saving up this whole year, and I'm spending 3 months in Europe next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
congrats, man. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I love Europe, man.
You been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year I spent a month. I backpacked for a month in Europe last year.
Wow, what parts?
I went from Ireland all the way down to Spain. 15 countries in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, I was moving.
Just
man.
you?
My dad and I.
Okay.
And I wanted to go by myself. My dad's like, nah. I was like,
yeah.
All right.
It sounds like you have a close relationship with your dad.
Yeah, it's
great.
It wasn't close at first, but then like, because I don't know, it's just me and my dad. Like we're just two like serious guys, Like, we're just like, hey,
No, I get it.
But
my dad's very serious.
Yeah, I wanted to take him on this trip so we had more time, and we went to concerts, and it was a great bond. It was really cool. And so next year I'm taking him with me again, and hopefully this time my plan is to vlog every day.
Okay.
So start.
That's
vlogging.
great.
Yeah.
I had a friend do that. He went to, where's the Northern Lights at? Was it Iceland?
Iceland. Yeah.
I think no.
It could be Greenland, Iceland, Norway.
Norway. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
He vlogged every day in Norway, every single day.
Nice.
And he never vlogged before. He showed me from day 1 all the way up to day 3, just like the starts.
Nice.
And you can just see how comfortable he gets.
Good, yeah.
Like it really doesn't take too long until it sounds weird, but you start seeing the camera as a person. Like
Nice.
It really gets to that point. I actually started with a GoPro.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah.
I would just run around, Best Buy, talking to my GoPro. And it was definitely weird at first.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because I'm out in public.
Right.
But it gets, just like anything, it gets more comfortable, it gets easier. And eventually I was like running out here with like, a full DSLR. I think the first vlog I've done in public with a DSLR was like in Charleston. And the whole day, I was like, I'm not putting this thing down. I'm just going to do as much as I can. And we didn't get kicked out, but they demanded we put our cameras and stuff away. But I've actually had that happen a few times now. But it's very fun to vlog. You learn, not only a lot about filmmaking, but yourself.
Right.
You really do learn a lot about yourself when you vlog.
Build up more confidence too,
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you do.
So that's my plan. Vlog every day when I'm out there, and try to edit every day. Edit every day.
That would be key.
Yeah.
That would be key. The same Fred, I'm not gonna say his name. He might be watching this, but he, when he went to Norway, he got all this footage, and he never really edited it. It's easy to shoot. It really is. It definitely takes discipline to go ahead and then edit, and stuff piles up. So if you can edit every single day, there is a compound effect. There really is, and you'll be very successful.
Right. Yeah. If you keep constantly just keep, it's like I know you don't want to do it, but if you do it, then it's just been really beneficial.
Be worth it.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. So.
It'll definitely be worth it.
Yeah, man. Because when I was over there, I was so excited, and I got up early every morning. And
how early?
Probably like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. For vacay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And just do a little workout, get some coffee, and just start our day. Like, I had a certain thing I wanted to do every day, and places I wanted to
routine.
Go, and hit all those places. Then the next day we go somewhere else, and so it was great, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've never even been out of the country.
Oh wow. Okay.
I just got my passport last year.
Okay.
And that's because I wanted to be prepared. I didn't know when the moment would come, but I was like, what if a client just for some reason asked me to go out of the country? Like, I can't wait then and be like, oh, well, I gotta get a passport, this and that. Yep. I think success truly comes from preparation meeting opportunity. You have to constantly be prepared. Like, I didn't know what you and I meeting today would be like. I didn't know if you wanted to be more shoot or more sit and talk down. I like what it's become, but I'm prepared for anything. Like, I spent probably 2-3 hours just setting up this bag, different configurations, just maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to beat that. I probably don't need this, but it'd be good to have. Not
just
to the
in case.
Not to the point where it's like, wow, you have a lot of shit. I only have the essentials. Like, I only have one camera, one lens, one drone. I kept it real light, but at the same time, I was prepped. And I think prepping your bag is setting yourself up for success for any gig, really.
Right.
Photography is definitely, I would say, a lighter
bag, for sure.
For sure.
Filmmaking, oh gosh.
Filmmaking is mini bags. It's typically a carful for me. I'm bringing like 2-3 lights, and those lights have stands. Those stands have, sandbags, and then I've got tripods, and I usually hire like a behind-the-scenes photographer too. I think that's always a good way for me to help market myself. And then as well, there's the actual cast itself, which is essential. I mean, you can't do it without them. So definitely get people you're comfortable with and they're comfortable with you, because
I have to invest.
Preparation's key. You have to invest in
a light too.
In a light,
like a stand. Yeah, that'd be nice to have.
You'd be surprised. I mean, yes, a stand light is essential. I would say you definitely need one, but you'd be surprised how much you can get away with. There's definitely tons of techniques out there. Like, you can use reflectors and mirrors, bounce boards. You can use a lot of stuff. You can even use just a window light. There's so many ways. Learning lighting is key to being a cinematographer, like Roger Deakins. Color does play a part, but that's more in post-processing. But shooting it right is, key, because I think you probably heard, like, shit in, shit out.
Yeah. Like,
that's just the way it goes. So beginning with the end in mind and having great lighting will definitely make the edits way easier, because I'm ruthless when it comes to editing. So I know I can relate whenever you said earlier that, 3 hours only turned into like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but I love it though, I spend 3 hours.
Yeah, it's the process.
Yeah, and I have fun doing it. And it was hard. I was filming in my friend's old house, and it was all dark, and I had to. And I was like, next time I'm investing in a light or something, because I have to learn more about lighting.
Yes.
In the film and also photography too.
They really help both. I think it was Roger Deakins. I can't remember. It might be Wes Anderson. I forget, but one of them has a really strong background in photography.
Okay.
Like that is a backbone that could really help. Because I'm not saying there's many, but there's definitely videographers that don't know how to take photos. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of photographers who don't know how to take video. Right. It's a different world because, you're moving.
Right.
Or at least you're looking for movement.
Yeah, it is different feel for sure, but I love both of them though, man.
Same.
It's great.
They both have a certain place in my heart.
Yeah, I constantly love learning too, and then I just got I'm learning Photoshop now and stuff.
Okay.
And, I got Photoshop and Lightroom, and Lightroom's awesome. And
Lightroom is a time saver.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And Photoshop, right now it's just a little difficult for me, but I'm getting used and learning more every day.
Getting easier.
Yeah, and and then of course Photoshop, it's crazy. So
yes, Photoshop it's way smarter than all of us.
Yeah, and then once you know Photoshop, it's just of course it gets easier on you.
Definitely. So. How are you with video editing softwares?
I edit on Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut? Okay, and, so Mac based.
Yeah, I love Final Cut. And, for me, it's a little easier than Adobe.
I gotcha. I could see that.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, for some reason.
It definitely is. I would say so.
Yeah, but I love Final Cut, and the editing is easy, a little easy for me on there, and I'm constantly trying to get new effects and new, stuff like third-party effects, so I can.
Oh, okay. You're getting real experimental with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do as much as I can, and different
looks.
Yeah, looks, visuals, and stuff like that. So that's cool, and it does take time, but that's half the fun though.
It is. It really is. Like a lot of shots you didn't think would work. Whenever you go to the editing, you're like, wow, this is actually my favorite shot now.
Yeah.
It's just cool how it works out like that. I'm just gonna double check this GoPro. Sometimes it gets a little off. Oh, yeah, I think it died. Whatever.
But yeah, man. So see how it goes. Yeah, loving it.
What would you say your next steps are?
Next step, definitely gonna reach out, more people and see what I can do with this photography filmmaking thing, and I try to go to a lot of more different places to get different content and different areas.
Okay.
Because last weekend I went to Boone and I was snowboarding up there in
North Carolina.
Yeah. And
okay.
I'd never been, and my friend wanted to go snowboarding, so we went up there and.
Snowboarding.
Yeah. That was
props to you. I can't do that.
It's definitely a lot harder because I just surf and
I've seen that.
So it's definitely a lot harder, but it was fun, and just to get more different content other than Myrtle Beach, so try to travel as much as I can. So yeah,
versatility for sure.
Yeah,
and it's just whenever you see the same thing, you start overlooking.
Right. Like, how many times you get a picture of the beach, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you can tweak it a little bit, make it look different, but it gets, for me, it gets a little tiring after a while, going to the beach or, so I try to go to, like, Charleston, like today, Charleston,
Charleston's the beach.
Right, yeah.
Different, though. Different beach.
Yeah, then this year, sometime I'm going to Seattle. So I'll spend a few days there and get a lot of, bring my camera, drone
Shoot
and
every
everything.
day.
So
Every
yeah,
hour if you can.
yeah. So that's my plan, and just to get some different stuff. So people won't be looking at the same stuff I do, and it's like, oh, he's at one place right now, but I'm trying to be at different places. So yeah, but yeah,
that's a good next step. But the thing with steps, I feel like you got to be very specific to really achieve them. Like, that's kind of the difference between goals and dreams. I think goals are more accomplished by setting specific things and, of course, a deadline.
Yeah.
So you're going to Charleston. You're going to bring your camera up. How many bangers do you want to get?
Bangers, at least 10. At least 10
bangers.
10 bangers.
How many photos do you think you're going to have to take to get 10 bangers?
Probably like 100.
Yeah.
So
that's a good ratio.
Yeah, and then I'll just see how much things I can get in my drone. I'll probably come back with 100 or more photos or videos, and then go through them, and hopefully I know I'll probably have at least half of them will be great. So
yeah, I think you could definitely accomplish that for sure.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make like a little recap video of it?
Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm looking towards more when sunset is looking at sunset, put the drone up there and get around that church that's just downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the exact name either.
Yeah, and then like go to the battery and on the water and get an aerial view, and maybe if it's not too windy, I might go over the water and get some boats or get some people walking, and put some music behind it, find a good sound, and go from there.
Do you ever capture your own sound effects?
I sometimes do. I'm trying to find a good company that I can pay monthly on sound effects. There's a lot out there, but I have to research.
Do you use anything now?
Usually no. I just find like free sound effects.
That's the worst. I hate that period.
I know.
It feels like the Wild West.
Yeah, cause I don't want to pay. Cause I paid monthly on this sound brand one time, and I didn't really
use it.
They didn't really have the specific things I needed.
Right. Yeah, that's the worst.
And it's like, we have everything, and then I go there and they're like, don't have anything.
No, you don't.
So I have to find some good sound effects.
Personally, I use Epidemic Sound. I'm sure you've seen it all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried it, but I really like it. It used to only be for YouTubers and social media stuff, but now you can get the commercial license to where you can use it for client videos.
Okay.
It is a little pricey. I think it's like $50 a month.
Wow.
But if you buy it yearly, I think it's $300 or something like that.
Oh, it's not bad.
So it's half the price if you just go for the yearly, which is what I do.
Okay.
And that's for all commercial use. If you just want to use it for yourself, $15 a month, which is much more affordable. That's how I started. But they've got sound effects, music, and many different genres. This is definitely not an advertisement, but
okay.
Epidemic Sound is nice. I did use Artlist as well. I feel like you can get some, some more creative stuff on Artlist, but then sometimes it just felt like, at least from what my clients have told me, some of the sounds or songs sounded repetitive.
Okay.
And that's one thing I'm really not liking.
Yeah.
Or didn't like, so that's why I left them. So I just use Epidemic, but I know a lot of people, once they get later on in the career, they honestly just have all three.
Yeah.
They have Artlist, Epidemic Sound, and then what is another one? It's Soundstripe. I think Soundstripe is the other. There's tons out there. I'd definitely just get a trial. But Epidemic Sound, what I like about them over the others is they put out content more regularly.
Okay.
There's a ton in there. The other places, they take a little bit longer. So something you gotta think about. But it definitely helps elevate your game. But shooting your own sound effects, I don't always do it, but it does help.
Right. I sometimes, I do my own voiceovers or do people's voiceovers, or even like dog barking or something.
Right.
Sometimes I do stuff like that.
Use your phone.
Use my phone. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's check the time. I don't want to go over.
Let's see.
We got about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly 7 minutes.
All right.
Well, probably 6 and some change.
Alrighty. Yeah.
But I think 10 bangers. That's good. You want to make a recap video. How long do you want that recap video to be?
See, like, I always go for at least a minute because Instagram.
Of course.
Yeah. Instagram only has 1 minute. It sucks, but.
Well, you can do IGTV.
Oh yeah, I've never done that before.
I've never done it either.
Yeah. I don't really know how. Honestly, don't know how it works, but.
I'm sure it's easy. Don't let that be in the way, because I know I've let that be in the way as well. So. Yeah. Just.
At least 1 or 2 minutes would be great.
Do what you can. Yeah. There's a YouTube tutorial out there for what you don't know.
Right. Yeah. Anything's on there. So yeah.
Really, that's how I learned everything. Yeah. I'm sure you've learned a lot of stuff from YouTube Academy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great, man. So.
It is. I'd say the only other thing that really taught me photography is teaching it. And that was in Best Buy. Just day in, day out, just letting people know, like, what works with what. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, you get those certain people that you actually dive into. Like, over, like, 2 handfuls of time, I've talked to customers.
Right.
Customers for like well over 2 hours. Wow. And they would get pissed at me at Best Buy. They're like, make a sale already. I'm like, I'm talking
here.
Yeah. So there's so many ways you can learn. But I would say the strongest comes down to just doing it. Yeah. Whenever I watch tutorials on YouTube, I always like to have the camera in my hand. Mm-hmm. If they're saying like, this is how you shoot sports. Obviously I can't like call up a quarterback and be like, hey, can we shoot sports right now? I could, but I'm watching a video, so I'm just like, I get my dog and I just like throw the ball around the house and it's like, that's sports.
Yeah.
Just get as close to emulating it as possible, so then you can really like build in those processes, because it really starts feeling like clockwork. You just like quickly going, because you got to make a lot of different decisions. Mm-hmm. With lighting, composition.
Yeah.
There's so much, but at the same time, it's like those details are what really make the work shine.
Right. I feel like the small details are important as well. People
yes.
also look at it.
They do.
Look at the
You'd
small
be surprised.
Details. Yeah.
Think about like famous artworks. Like, just look at the detail they put in this small hand, and it's only like a thousandth of this whole photo or, painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is all in the details.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget whenever I'm talking to whenever I was talking to customers at Best Buy, I would think they knew what I was talking about, and they just don't. Same thing goes with clients. You gotta really break it down to layman's terms. That's a challenge I've had because I am so technical, but it's a good challenge too. That's how you gotta see everything. It's just challenges, challenge accepting.
Right. Yeah. Like if somebody doesn't know what you're talking about, you gotta get down to their level and like just try to get them to understand. And, from the restaurant, some people get mad over something. You have to get down to their level. Like, hey, listen, this came out before they, something like that.
Restaurants are such a hard industry.
Yeah.
I think what I do is so much easier. Like running a photography and videography company, it's gonna be a piece of cake compared to restaurants. Like you can really make it happen.
Doing something you love, it's always easier on you. And for me, it doesn't matter about the money as much. It just matters about if I love doing something at all. Yeah, if I love doing something every day, and be happy about it, then that's the way to go.
Exactly. You can't, like they say, you can't buy happiness. I mean, you can buy some things that give you some happiness, but they're usually temporary.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I want something that's gonna last a lifetime.
Right.
Like, I'll never really retire because I know whenever I retire, I'm still gonna be doing what I do now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Still photography. I mean, I'd love to, when I'm 67 years old, still doing photography. You know, I mean, it's just even if it's hobby. You know, it's great. So.
Oh, definitely. It would be mostly a hobby for me once I'm like that age.
Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know if you've ever seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty movie.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It rings a bell. What is the plot?
It's with Ben Stiller. And,
Ben Stiller. Okay.
He works for Life magazine, and
I think I remember this.
He's he's a publisher for Life magazine, and Sean Penn is the photographer in the movie, and he's like everywhere, and he's trying to find him because he lost this negative that was supposed to be the last issue of Life.
Oh wow!
And so he goes in all of the world to find him and finally find him. But
that's great.
And like Sean Penn in the movie is still shooting film, and then it's such a cool plot because it's about it's dramatic, it's about traveling a little bit, and it's about photography a little bit, which is cool.
Okay.
So it's like a great movie.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I think I've seen it, but it definitely will need a rewatch. Yeah. I feel like I need to watch a lot of movies over. The first time really, I don't know. The first time never really does it as much as the second. You know, the second is where the movie really shines because you actually start to understand it.
And you see stuff you didn't see the first time.
Exactly. And then if you're watching it a third time, it's kind of hard to pay attention to the story at that point. You're more so enveloped in I mean, yeah, you're in the story, but it's more like, how is this story structured?
Right.
Like, how did they do it?
I even look at
how they shoot it.
Yeah, like the second or third time, I just look at how the angles they're doing, and like how dark and light the scene is and stuff like that. Even music, like I listen to a song the fifth time, I'm just like, now I can hear different stuff I haven't heard before. So cool.
Music plays such a big part. It really does.
Yeah.
I feel like the shots can help a person, a viewer, cry, but I feel like the music makes them cry.
Oh yeah. It's all. I feel like a horror movie. If there's no music, it's not scary.
It's all sound.
Yeah.
It's all music and sound.
The horror music makes you like the jumps. It's just the sound makes it. If there's no sound horror movie, it would be just like what?
Steven Spielberg is a genius for. I mean, I don't think he solely created the dun dun and Jaws, but that was a genius.
Yeah,
mark, because it really it does invoke that emotion that they're trying to portray, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite. I don't know if you have seen the old Star Wars, but
I have not. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I get it though.
Yeah,
it seems cool.
The soundtrack, man, it's just crazy, dude. I mean, I like the violin. I mean, it's just in the
whole orchestra.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
Well, since you were speaking about negatives, I actually did bring a Polaroid. I was thinking we could, take a picture.
Yeah, man. I even have an old Polaroid too, man.
You do?
Yeah, I love shooting Polaroids.
I just got one. I only have black and white film because I want to learn lighting better.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm throwing in a fresh pack right now.
Yeah, I got my mom's old one from the 80s, man. It's sick.
Yeah. I think this one's probably 90s or so. But yeah, we should definitely shoot sometime.
Yeah, that'd be fun, dude.
That would be fun. So are you going to Charleston alone?
Either with my girlfriend or my mom.
Okay.
Definitely not both. But,
no, did they not get along?
No, they do. Just
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I get it. You and I, those are two different types of experiences.
Yeah.
Definitely two different types. Okay. Let's see. Keep your friends close and your Polaroid film in the fridge.
Yeah, wow. I like how they do those things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them too. Oh, take it in there. All right, it works. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I hope you have a safe travel to
Thanks, man.
Charleston.
Yeah.
And don't crash your drone.
Yeah, I know. That's that warranty, man, saves you.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is good. The care refresh.
Yeah. I try to get warranties on like
Anything.
expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it on my camera too.
Good. Nice, man. All right.
Sweet.
Appreciate it, man.
Take care.
You too, Carson.
Peace. And that is a wrap. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Carson Hardy. And I will see y'all. Well, I'll definitely see y'all. Y'all won't just hear me in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.